Hey everyone, it's your girl Layla. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be discussing a topic that has broken the internet in the past week. It's been completely crazy, and I've seen Twitter threads, Reddit threads, you name it. Everything on social media under the sun, plus news coverage. This topic has just broken the internet. I'm going to be talking about the Wayfair conspiracy theory in today's video. Now, when I first heard about this, I thought that is completely ridiculous. There's no way there's any truth to that at all. Until I started researching it on my own, I fell into a black hole of craziness. I don't know what's happening in 2020, but this year has just gotten crazier and crazier and crazier. By the way, if you guys are not already subscribed, please go ahead, click the subscribe button below. I upload 3 times a week, Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. So let's get started on to today's video. Now, if you are triggered by child kidnappings, human trafficking, any of that type of thing, please exit out of this video. I have other content on my channel that you can watch. I do vlogs and beauty videos, but thank you for supporting me by clicking on this video. According to an article on unicef.ca, as many as 1.2 million children are kidnapped and used for human trafficking each year. I think that number might even be higher now. That statistic is actually from 2002. And it's from a report from back then. There's another statistic on CNN that says up to 800,000 children are reported as being kidnapped each year. So that number is alarmingly high. Let's just start off with Wayfair. So if you guys are unfamiliar with what Wayfair is, it is a company that sells furniture online. My tables that are actually beside me right now, my nightstands, are actually from Wayfair. I've only ordered from them one time, but I had a pretty great experience, and I'm still actually waiting for a replacement for one of my tables because one of them came shattered. Their customer service was quite lovely, and I had nothing but a great experience with them. Although I did notice that some of my Facebook ads and stuff like that have been Wayfair ads, and I noticed that a lot of the things are really overpriced, and these tables per se, they were pretty expensive. It's not like you're shopping at IKEA. If you're shopping on Wayfair, you're shopping for essentially like brand name products. They don't sell like Wayfair brand products, they sell different brands of different products, so if that makes sense. So my end tables are actually by Rosedorf Park, so they sell a bunch of different brands on Wayfair. So some of their brands I noticed are kind of like crazy overpriced. Like I would get these random Facebook ads and they would be like a child's play set for outside, and it would be like $6,000 and that type of thing. So I always thought that Wayfair maybe had like a luxe version, like they had the site where normal people like me shop, and then they had like a part of their online shop was for more rich people and that type of thing. That's always what I assumed when I saw those ads. I just thought there was a higher end version of Wayfair that rich people shopped at. Now in this video, that is not the case at all. So let's backtrack. Do we actually know what the name Wayfair actually means? I saw this posted on Facebook the other day and I found it kind of interesting. Waif actually is a stray person, animal, especially a homeless child, an extremely thin and usually young woman. And fare is the price charged to transport a person, a material provided for use of consumption or enjoyment. That is really, really, really disturbing, first of all. I never looked into the name Wayfair and was like, you know, thought about breaking the two words down and seeing what they meant. But I think this whole situation got everybody like wondering. I saw that on Facebook the other day and I thought that was just so crazy. I dove into a black hole of researching this and researching conspiracy theories behind this. This all started with some cabinets. So these cabinets were on sale. These cabinets were definitely overpriced and they all look exactly the same. They look like they're nothing special. I feel like I have some storage cabinets that look like that from IKEA and they were like $800. These ones are in between $10,000 and $12,000 for these cabinets. Okay, so if you look more into the brand that's selling these, if you click on to the brand and you see other products, because you can do that on Wayfair, you can shop just from a specific brand. So you'll notice that a bunch of their stuff is named normal things. They're named bracket, lamp, whatever they are, that's what they're called. These cabinets are actually named different things, which is so weird because, like I said, usually companies are pretty consistent. So if you're gonna name things like Aldo, for example, they have shoes and they name certain styles like Ariella, Ariana, that type of thing. So they're pretty consistent with their names and naming things. This company in particular that's selling these cabinets have normal name things like lamp, white lamp, gray lamp, and they have these cabinets that are named after girls, which is super, super weird. So you have a cabinet named Kyla, a cabinet named Samia, a cabinet named Patricia, etc. So what people pointed out in this Reddit forum is that these cabinets are named after girls that went missing this year in 2020. That's crazy. Like I said, I continue to dive deep into researching this conspiracy theory, and I found things like ex-employees on Wayfair saying that their stuff weighed a ton when they were like transferring it and stuff like that. So when they were shipping out the items, they noticed that cabinets and stuff like that would weigh like 100 pounds. That in itself is not weird to me at all because my end tables weighed a lot. So if you have good quality furniture and you're shipping furniture, it's gonna be heavy. So that part wasn't too odd to me. But like I said, I continued researching this topic. I actually found a video of Samia, which one of the cabinets is named after. So Samia actually posted a video on Instagram talking about, I'll try to find the video and I'll try to include it into this video.
No, I'm mad because first of all, I tell him that I wasn't missing. That's why I'm mad. I tell him I wasn't missing, first of all. We're talking about why am I mad? Because I'm not missing. Let me go get a picture of you and say you missing and then put a little cabinet next to it and have everybody share that shit. Let's see how you feel. And I was never even missing to begin with. What are you gonna do when I really go missing? Y'all gonna share? Is that gonna find me? She's sick with a baby and y'all talking about she's missing. I've been in the hospital fighting corona. Got my name next to a cabinet talking about I'm missing. Like, I'm telling you, as me, alive and well, not missing. Let me take a drink of water, because I'm definitely not missing. Damn, we was just trying to help. Now, what if you was in that cabinet though? But I'm not, that's the point. I'm not in that cabinet.
She basically said that she was never missing, although she is on a missing persons ad, which is super weird. And if you Google her name, you'll find a lot of news articles related to Wayfair, but they're all in a different language. And if you go on her video that's reposted onto YouTube, a lot of the comments are actually in this language, which is a little bit weird because she is from the US. I think she's from Cleveland. So I find it a little odd that a lot of the comments on her video plus the news articles online when you Google her name are in a completely different language. But let's ignore that for a second. I found the video a little bit off and a little bit odd because she did say that she wasn't in a cabinet, she was completely fine, she was never missing, but she has a missing persons ad out, you know what I'm saying? She in the video also says that she was in the hospital battling coronavirus. She even has a wristband on her wrist. You can't really see what it says or anything, but she claims that she was in the hospital. I guess she's out now, but what is the first thing you do when you're discharged from the hospital? You cut off your wristband, right? So it was a little bit weird that she was still wearing her wristband, but anyways, she mentioned in the video she was in the hospital battling coronavirus, she was never missing, and she's pregnant. I think the girl is like 14 or 16 or something like that. She's pretty young, but again, that's not weird because there's a lot of teen moms out there. So what I found a little bit weird about the video is her facial expressions, her eyes. They just looked she just looks scared or something. Like something in the video was off to me. I found it a little bit weird, and I'm not the only one because I looked through the comments. Like I said, a lot of them were in a different language, but the ones in English were actually discussing her demeanor and her behavior in the video. Her eyes, the way she looks, she kind of looks scared, like she was being forced to make this video. I don't know if that's true, but she does deny the whole thing ever happened, that she was never missing, that she was never put in a cabinet, and this whole Wayfair thing is pissing her off. So that was basically her video and her take on everything. But let's look into the facts, okay? Wayfair just has a bunch of this highly overpriced furniture for no reason. Like I said, those cabinets, they look exactly the same. They're named different things and they're all different prices. And they have things like picture frames for like $9,000. They had these pillows that you could customize with your name on it that went from $46 to, when you typed your name, would go up to $10,000. The company actually put out a statement because this whole thing was seriously going viral and everybody was just like on their case. So Wayfair put out a statement saying basically that this whole thing is not true at all. Of course they're going to deny it. Why wouldn't you? What I also noticed is a lot of tweets, a lot of Facebook posts on this topic were actually getting taken down and being reported as fake news. Here's an even crazier thing. The president of Wayfair was actually photographed with Ghislaine Maxwell. I think that's how you say her name. But if you guys don't know who she is, she was the ex-girlfriend of Jeffrey Epstein, the guy that was convicted of child trafficking, human trafficking, whatever you guys want to call it. She was involved in that. The Wayfair president had actually had his photo taken with her. That's another little bit of suspiciousness. I want to give you guys a statistic. So in Canada, human trafficking of children from 2016 data found that 72% of victims of human trafficking were under 25 years old and 90% of sex trafficking victims are female. So like I said, the furniture on Wayfair that was being sold for crazy amounts of money were named after missing children. They were all women's names. Somebody on Twitter found this review of a piece of furniture on Wayfair, and this was for the fireproof 4-drawer vertical cabinet for almost $6,000. I guess, you know, a fireproof cabinet would cost you a lot of money, but almost $6,000 for a cabinet. Mind blown. The review on it is by a lady named Jana from Walnut Creek, California. In Walnut Creek, California, there was this guy that was caught in a sex trafficking ring in Walnut Creek, California, and was selling children as young as 9 years old. Are these two things even related? Possibly. This whole conspiracy theory thing has just got me completely messed up. I want to know your guys' thoughts on it and what you guys think. Is Wayfair actually selling children? As I keep mentioning, I dove into a black hole of researching this whole thing, and I found that there's other companies that have been doing the same type of shady things, like Amazon, for example. There's this like $900 book on like trafficking organs or like harvesting organs or something like that, and that was pictured on a Wayfair bookshelf. So Wayfair might not be the only company that's involved. There might be a bigger ring. This might be a bigger operation than you were thinking. Can 2020 get any weirder? Honestly, like a furniture store, one of my favorite places to get furniture. Like, what is going on here? So leave me a comment below letting me know what you guys think about this conspiracy theory. If you believe it, do you not believe it? And I will see you guys soon in my next video. If you are not yet subscribed, I would love it if you would click the subscribe button below. I upload 3 times a week, Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I will see you guys soon in my next video. Bye.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left.